What's good? It's your boy K Flex. I'm back here with another video, and today we're gonna talk about DWAYNE Haskins and the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Miami Dolphins, they did spend some extra time with DWAYNE Haskins as well as Drew Lock, okay? And his mock draft got released, having DWAYNE Haskins get drafted by the Miami Dolphins, and his pro day was a couple days ago. So the DWAYNE Haskins hype train is in full-fledged right now. And the fan base is honestly wondering, like, should we draft DWAYNE Haskins? Now, in my opinion, if he goes to 13th, you have to draft him. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to draft him if he goes to 13th. Now, do I think he will go to 13th? No. And the reason why I don't think he will go to 13th is because I look back at last year and I say, dude, it was 4 quarterbacks that everybody said was going to get drafted. Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and what's the other guy's name? Josh Allen, okay? And Josh Allen. Those quarterbacks did not make it out of the top 10, and there was 4 of them. So I'm looking at this draft class, and I'm saying there's only 2 quarterbacks that are really that hype. That is DWAYNE Haskins, and that is Kyler Murray. What's the chances that they make it out of the top 10, let alone number 13? So I'm looking at it as a perspective of, I don't think he'll make it there, but if he does, we definitely need to draft him. And the only way he makes it to our pick, guys, is if there's other teams with the mind state that are looking at the 2020 draft, okay? Because the 2020 quarterback class is so strong that there might be teams that don't even want to just draft Haskins or trade up to draft Haskins because they'll just look for 2020 to get a quarterback, as like people are saying that we're doing, okay? If there are teams that indeed do that, that's the only way we can get Haskins. But other than that, I don't think we can get him. Now, I do like Haskins. I have been watching some of his tape, and I'm not no quarterback guru or no quarterback whisperer or no damn, I'm looking at his fucking tangibles and blah, blah, blah. I ain't gonna pretend all that. I just watch the guys play. I see what their weaknesses are. I see some of their strengths. And one thing about Haskins I like is that he can make any throw in the whole game. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important thing. To me, you know what I'm saying, I look at a couple of things when I look at quarterback. I'm looking at, most importantly, arm strength, okay? And a lot of people might say, well, what about accuracy and all that? I feel like accuracy and shit be taught. If a guy don't have a cannon, you cannot get him a cannon. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not the biggest fan of Will Grier. I don't hate Will Grier, okay? But I don't think he'll be an instant starter, first of all. And second of all, or even be ready in his second year. And then second of all, I read he has average arm strength. Me personally, I can't do average arm strength. You gotta have a cannon, okay? We can fix your mechanics to make you be more accurate, but we can't fix your mechanics to really make you have a real cannon if you don't got one, okay? It's just something you gotta have, okay? People like Kyler Murray, Drew Lock, and DWAYNE Haskins, they got it. That's why I like that. That's my favorite 3 right there, because they have it. As far as Daniel Jones go, he looked too much like Tannehill. Like, just visually, everything screams out Tannehill. Bruh. You go to NFL.com, you look at his comparison, they say it's Tannehill. I just cannot have another Tannehill on the team. Much love, Daniel Jones. It's unfair to judge you like that, but I do not stay far away from Daniel Jones. Now, get back on Haskins. He can make every throw in the whole book, and I'm not going to sit up here and praise him too much because, like I said, I don't know if he's going to make it to the Dolphins, so why am I going to praise him and I don't even know if we're going to get him, okay? But he can make every throw in the book, okay? This only weakness is, I look at his mobility and it's just not there. You know what I'm saying? Now, he can run like a read option a little bit, but when there's pressure breaking down in the pocket, this dude cannot escape pressure. Well, at least from what I've seen, he can barely escape pressure. I watched the Maryland game as well as the Purdue game, and it just didn't look like against pressure. It just, man, this dude was just throwing a lot of inaccurate stuff. But I think every quarterback would do that, and most quarterbacks you don't even get to see in that situation because their line is always so good. But when his line did break down, he did not look that great. And if y'all seen his pro day, if I watched a little bit of his pro day, y'all see him, he was trying to run out the pocket all the time. Whereas Kyler Murray was throwing inside the pocket because that's what people judge him off. Oh, he can't throw it in the pocket, he can't see over the line. Kyler Murray chose to throw in the pocket. DWAYNE Haskins chose to throw outside the pocket because a lot of people are saying, bro, that his mobility is a problem. So if y'all watch his pro day, y'all will see he's trying to be super mobile, trying to throw the ball because he's trying to prove that he can get away from that pressure. Because that just wasn't in the game film that I was watching. He was not getting away from no pressure. He wasn't doing none of that. And he looked real flat-footed, or like his feet was stuck in the sand when he was in the pocket. It was bad. But he can make any throw you want to. And if you get him a good offensive line, he's going to be great, okay? Because to be honest with you, it's not supposed to be up to a quarterback to have to have elite sense in evading the rush. You know what I'm saying? I know Kyler Murray can evade the rush. That's the only one I know out of all these quarterbacks can definitely evade the rush. But quarterbacks shouldn't even have to really evade the rush. But with the way the Miami Dolphins line has been over the last 10 years, it's gonna be weird drafting the quarterback that can't really evade the rush. I mean, we literally had an offensive line coach on crack,
bruh,
or cocaine. However, I will say this, man, we got a whole new coaching regime, man. So we're gonna see how our offensive line blocks. Honestly, if we draft Haskins, he should not start right away over Ryan Fitzpatrick. If we're gonna keep this offensive line, I'm just gonna let y'all know that right now because he will die. All right, but anyways, get the opportunity. I do feel like we have to draft him. Get a good offensive line. I already know he can make every throw in the game in the world. Okay, he has a clutch gene that I seen against Maryland. He looked pretty clutch in that game. Also having a chip on his shoulder because everybody's saying Kyler Murray's a better quarterback. Kyler Murray's gonna get drafted above him. He tweeted out something, how many people doubted you a lot when he was pretty much promoting his pro day. You know what I'm saying? He's getting doubted. He's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. And if he falls to us, I honestly think we gotta draft him. But I trade up for Haskins. It just depends on what the team wanted us to give up. Exactly. Because like I said, even though the 2020 class is super strong, there's no guarantee that we can get any of those quarterbacks. So if you get an opportunity to get a future quarterback this season, you should probably pull the trigger. I don't care how much we want Tua. If we fuck around and win even 5 games this season, we're not going to be in position to get Tua. We have players that obviously want to win. We have a first-year coaching staff that obviously wants to win. So I don't care how much the GM wants Tua. If we win games, we're not going to get Tua, okay? It's really, if we get Tua, it's going to be based off luck at this point, okay? Because I doubt that Chris Grier communicated with Brian Flores that you have to lose on purpose this season. Like, that doesn't even make sense, especially with the coach's job security in the NFL. It makes no sense, okay? So there's no guarantees about Tua. If you're looking at Fromm or Justin Herbert, if you ask me, Justin Herbert and DWAYNE Haskins, I don't see more in Justin Herbert than I do in Haskins. Obviously, bro, Tua is just the A plus A grade. That's the one that you would love to have. But as far as the other 2 quarterbacks had Fromm and Herbert, I'm looking at Haskins and I'm saying he's on par with them. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely on par with them. I'm just saying I'm not personally passing on a franchise quarterback for a chance at a franchise quarterback next year. If he falls, we have to get him. As far as trading up, like I said, it depends on what they ask for. I would probably give up. I'll probably give up our second rounder for next year, or maybe our second rounder for this year, or maybe our second rounder for both years. But I definitely wouldn't give up our first rounder for next year because I'm telling you right now, I don't know what type of season we're gonna have, but that first rounder for next year could be hella important for the Miami Dolphins, and y'all know it just as well as I fucking do. So I definitely wouldn't give our first round, but if it was a second rounder for maybe both years, how far, it depends on how far we're moving up and all that, I would do it. Now, obviously we would trade first rounders for this year as well. But yeah, I think that if I'm looking at Haskins, I'm looking at him, I'm saying he's too good to pass up. Him and Kyler Murray, I think, are in the leagues of their own. Drew Lock also is really good. He has the arm strength, but the thing I don't like about Drew Lock is he's a little too inconsistent. With Haskins, I feel like everything that he does is fixable. He only got to start 1 year at Ohio State, whereas Drew Lock, he's still having all these inconsistencies with his accuracy, and he started, 3 years at Missouri? It's like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot more experience. You have a lot more time to fix your mistakes. Like, they say Haskins struggles with reading zone sometimes, but Haskins only started 1 year, so it's understandable. It's something that easily could be fixed by a good coaching staff. So that's why I like Haskins a lot more. But I would not be opposed to Drew Lock. I wouldn't trade up for Drew Lock, but if he failed to 13, well, he probably will. I would not be opposed to it. All in all, man, as far as my overall rankings go, y'all know I want Kyler Murray 1, and I'm just saying Kyler Murray because maybe he could fall. Who knows? Okay, if the Cardinals don't get him, shit could get real. Okay, I'm just letting you know. But my overall number 1 is Kyler Murray. I do like obviously Quinnen Williams and Josh Allen. I just don't think there's chances that those defensive linemen fall to us. But as far as people that could come to us potentially, I'm gonna put Kyler Murray there because, like I said, if he doesn't get picked by the Cardinals, shit could get real. I'm going to put DWAYNE Haskins there at number 2. I'm going to put Ed Oliver there at number 3. And then other than that, if we can't get those three guys, I'm saying trade back. Honestly, I'm saying trade back. And then getting this guy named Jonathan Simmons went to Mississippi State. Now, he just come off an ACL injury, but that man was a beast. Look him up. He's a defensive tackle. He's a monster, okay? I'm taking my chances with him. He's that good. And then we're going to get other picks, too. So it's going to be worth the risk. Anyways, guys, 5 weeks to the draft is coming up. Let me know who you guys want us to draft. Like, comment, subscribe. Road to 8K underway. DWAYNE Haskins, if he falls to Miami, hey, I wouldn't be opposed. It's your boy K Flexin'. I'm out.